As I walk through this battlefield where war took place in the mid-1700s, I'm reminded how much I really enjoy watching movies where the underdog comes from behind and they win. Apparently many people like movies like this, like maybe Braveheart, Rocky, Hunger Games, and the list goes on. And apparently I'm not alone, or these movies wouldn't have done so well in the theaters. I believe we love to see the outgunned person or team win because it gives us hope, a glimpse of what is at least possible for someone like me, the everyday guy. Let's be real. Let's brush aside our bravado and put down our mask for at least a moment. I believe that deep down, most of us know that even on a good day, we are average when it comes to succeeding in life. And most of us are thrilled if we can get through just one day without making an absolute fool of ourselves. We've tried to do things and we have failed many times. We have set out strong one day only to be crushed what feels like just moments later. Many have begun a marriage with noble intentions, and for some reason, it took a nosedive. And we've often believed something to be true, only to be proven wrong by someone that has more education or wiser. Over and over again, life hammers home just how really puny our physical strength is and how our intellectual capital is left wanting. I think these are just some of the reasons why we, that is the vast majority of Christians, we simply do not speak very much about Jesus outside of church or our very small circle of friends or family who think like we do. We might see ourselves as fragile and tired men and women who have been put in our place so many times we don't want to, voluntarily anyway, jump into an argument only to be jackslapped, if you will, by the world yet again. Honestly, I think many fear that what they say they believe in may be damaged if the right person advances the tough questions that they can't answer. What we really fear is our own fear of not knowing. The longer we can put off that moment of truth, the better we feel. Although I don't think that's right. That's really just covering or hiding something under a rug. And that really provides an opportunity for us to trip over that in the future. God takes the mediocre, and without giving them superhuman powers, He shows them that He is sufficient, even in their weaknesses, even with their doubts, even with their past failures. One example among many is found in the Bible in a letter called Judges. There was this guy named Gideon. He looked at himself as being too young and from a family that was incredibly weak. By Gideon's own words, I believe we can safely surmise he had low self-esteem. Yet God used Gideon to repeatedly win battles and made him a man that the valiant gladly followed into battle. A key aspect of this underdog story, Gideon did as he was told and acted when God said, "Go." You know, it's quite the image to imagine that God scans the earth every day looking for those who will surrender their will to His. And they say, "Here am I, Lord, send me." That is, they make themselves available to be used by God to further His kingdom. And that is primarily accomplished when believers look for and act on those precious few moments throughout our life by telling others the great news of salvation through the shed blood of Jesus Christ, and that alone. And in this day and age, you will likely need more than smooth words. You will probably need to be able to defend your belief, just like Paul did as he traveled throughout the foreign lands that had no basis of knowledge of the one true God. Listen, most of us are the underdog who never get to realize that awesome last-second field goal win. But then there's God, and with God, all things are possible. So if you consider yourself average on a good day, welcome to the team. The team that will one day have the greatest turnaround victory of all time. And that is when Jesus makes right the wrongs and the world realizes that justice delayed is not justice denied. So if you feel too puny, too weak, too inadequate, too unqualified to speak God's truth, put your faith and trust in what He can do and not in what you can do.